Hey, well, today's daily sprint, we're talking about increasing our purpose, passion, and meaning and becoming rejection proof. And today's some good stuff. So this is where you put in the comments, oh, it's always good stuff. Now, there's probably some good and bad sprints, but we're talking about this amazing book, Rejection Proof. And I want to take you on a journey, so please just bear with me. So the worst rejection that I ever had, I remember it vividly. I was in the office of one of our gyms at the time, and my wife at the time, we were going through some, like, the writing was on the wall, you know. I was still doing therapy and trying to do the things to kind of, you know, save this marriage. And I'll never forget, I get a phone call, I'm in the office, and it's, I don't love you. So we're talking, like, I don't love you anymore. I'm filing for divorce. And I've got like staff around me. So I'm supposed to be like, okay, honey, you know, because I don't want to, like, you know, my world was rocked that day. The biggest rejection that I've ever had in my entire life. It was well-deserved, by the way. So just don't start feeling sorry for me all yet. It was well-deserved. But that's the biggest rejection. 13 years of, you know, what I considered marital bliss, all caving down in one, and then going into the whole wide world of divorce and dividing assets and all that. Huge. So think for a minute what your biggest area of rejection was. It's probably with someone that you knew very much, maybe a mom, dad, brother, sister, okay, husband, wife. It's probably someone you had a lot of time with. You know, it wasn't like the stock clerk where you're like, hey, are you out of paper tape? And they're like, yeah, we're all out. And you're like, darn it. You know, that's probably not your biggest source of rejection in your life. So here is the thing. This can take you down into some, like, some of you might be thinking of, like, your biggest point of rejection. You're like, oh man, this hurts. Stop it. I want to tune out. Well, don't tune out. Hold on. So now what happens is your brain has associated that rejection with all rejection. So now your brain assigns any rejection to that horrific moment. So now you don't go and promote your business because your brain's like, hold on, it might be rejection. And I assign it with this pain over here that happened 13 years ago or whenever. Or maybe now you don't do the cold call, or maybe now you don't do your messaging in your business, or maybe now, like, it gets to the end of the sale and you're like, hey, do you want to maybe do this? And you start to get timid because, oh my gosh, I can't have that rejection. It's so painful. But here's the thing, what can combat rejection is logic. If you're on a sales call, or you're maybe asking someone out on a date or whatever, and they say, heck no. Is that anywhere, did you have 13 years of relationship with them? Do you really have an emotional tie to them like you did when what your brain associates with that original rejection? No, they say no, that you move on. Yeah, there might be a little bit of disappointment, but it's nowhere close to that ultimate rejection that you received either in your childhood or whenever it might be. That's what your brain associates. It literally associates little mini rejections with the huge rejection. So what we need to do is just think logically, okay? When you do your sales call, when you do whatever it is, growing your business, putting yourself out there, doing a Facebook Live, doing an Instagram Live, whatever it might be, yeah, there might be people that are like, dude, this stinks. But you don't even know those people. Like, you know, your brain is gonna associate rejection from, you know, Chatty Mary 1234 Instagram handle with the worst rejection of your life. That's what your brain will do. But you're gonna be like, well, who cares what Mary 123, you know, Instagram is. Okay, so that's what's kind of going on physiologically. So again, to kind of get your way out of that is just think, like, I don't have a crazy relationship with this person. Yeah, I want to help them. I want to bring them into my business. But if they say no, I'm in the exact same place where I was. I'm not having to go to court or, you know, whatever it is that you associate with that first rejection. Nothing happens. They move on, you move on. So just realize that that's what your brain is going to do. Is it's always going to go back to that horrible rejection. And that's when you just got to be like, hey, I've overcome that. This is a great way to look at it. I've overcome the worst of the worst of the worst rejections. Dude, I think I could probably overcome sending out a message and them telling me, hey, I'm not interested, or whatever it is. So hopefully this has helped you. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you want to share in the comments and get a little bit vulnerable, let me know the time that you experienced your biggest rejection. I'd love to hear about that. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great growth-driven rest of your week.